Alright, my bad, y'all. This is a continuation before I was so rudely interrupted by my phone. This is a continuation of the May 21st video. Um, yeah, so let me try to find my journal entries. So, working with the light and the dark energy, the yin and the yang energy, the fire and the water energy, either one of these is like hit for you guys. And when I say like something hit, maybe like it sound familiar or something, something like that. Or there's a point to, sorry, I just burped. There's a point to what I'm saying. And I know these things don't be happening. Even when I'm speaking to people, I don't sit there and speak to people and be like, excuse me, I have to burp. Like, these things don't happen until I'm 111. Another number I was seeing today, until I'm about to give a divine message. So that's how I know my shit is from the ethers. My messages are from, the universe, from God, because I am God, and I'm not speaking highly of myself like I'm being conceited. I'm speaking as in like where I come from. that's that's where the fuck I come from. You know? Um, I was put here. I was placed here. I agreed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you need to be working with that sun and that dark energy, like the sun and the moon, the water and the fire, the yin and the yang. What the hell do this say? You could also have problems with like procrastination, getting things done throughout the daytime. You're someone who makes people question themselves. Um, when people come across you or your energy, they have to take a look at themselves um, and analyze their own actions. Like, what the fuck am I doing? And a reaction to that could be good or bad. Toxic people are going to attack you, or some people are just going to distance themselves from you. You know, you also make people feel seen, but also yeah, some go within and take a look at themselves. I just said that. Yeah, so also, so when you come across people, either toxic people, they're going to attack you, or there could be another type of toxicity where people are going to run away from you and avoid taking that look within themselves. Say, like, if there's a person that is in a toxic relationship, they're just going to go and drown themselves with that type of energy, when maybe they should stop going from person to person and learn how to be by themselves. So that's really, if you feel like people avoid you from time to time, that's really just what it is. But the people who don't avoid you, it's because they're comfortable with themselves, um, and they're comfortable with other personalities. They're confident and content with who they are, and they know how to go within. These are the same people that know right from wrong. So say I do some fucked up shit to somebody, they do some fucked up shit to somebody, these people like know to go back and say, hey, I was wrong for that. So yo, and everything I say when I look down at my journal, it's the next thing. So I'll read like a sentence or two from my journal, and then I'll just start talking to you guys. And then while I'm talking to you guys, it's the next thing of what I'm saying in my journal. And I hope you guys are able to just bear with me, because I'm trying to learn how to be consistent. When you're someone who's dealt with a lot of chaos in your life, it's really hard to do certain things, you know, to get certain things done. I'm not gonna really go into it. Yeah, you could also you receive a lot of messages through like entertainment. So it could be songs or TV. That's a way like the universe knows, like, oh, we could reach him or her this way. They usually understand in this form. And what else? I feel like you're a low-key superstar. This morning, my youngest child pointed out a plant that was growing through some bricks. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that's nice or whatever. But you know how the old term of the rose grown from the concrete. So that's why I brought that up. You're a hidden gem, but it's like God hid you in plain sight. God hid you upon the monsters. God hid you in the trenches. Because it was your plan all along to, you were never going to harm yourself, or they always knew like you had the mind, you had what it takes to help wake other people up and to dig yourself up out of that situation. So that's what's happening right now. You are digging yourself up out of the situation. You are meeting people that are going to fight for you and come to your aid now. You're probably going to start making friends more, and just stumbling upon like minds. You know, I was just speaking about how you should be around people like who are smarter than you, that know a little more than you know, and things like that. Oh yeah, Lupe Fiasco. I never think about Lupe Fiasco, but he came across my mind the other day. If you are what you say you are, you know that song. So have no fears. Like, the answers are here for you. You're a true leader. You're a true speaker. And no one thought you would really shine. Neither did you. But the time has come. Your stage has been granted. Did I read this the other day? I think I read this the other day. Yeah, but your stage has been granted. So let me skip that. Also 911. All the corrupt people, they about to fall. You know, all corrupt people who came against you. Yeah, but use your power and to speak the truth. It's really about living in your God power. So hold on. TA. Ta-da. Okay, so, and sorry, some of that is from my last message. So I'm just gonna continue reading from here. You can see the untapped potential in others. Complete opposite. Dag, see, this is why I gotta read shit like when I write it, because I don't understand when I'm writing. There could be a younger person you are at odds with that will come to their senses. It's all love. You're gonna be okay. The universe is you're about to meet a person that's on the same vibration as you. And I just said that earlier before I started reading. They've been putting out the same energy. This person has done their inner work. And the energy that they're emitting right now is, I'm ready to find my person. So I really think this is something like you shouldn't obsess about. I think you should just continue to do you. Speaking about obsession, like there's this dude that I see and I know he's interested in me, but we just say, hello or whatever. He gives me like free little things every time. So, but he never approaches me or anything like that. But it's like, you ever say things with your mind and with your eyes, but never with words? So yeah, you're just about to meet your energetic match. Oh, so my point when I brought him up is I was like kind of getting like little teenage vibes and stuff. Like, oh, I hope I see him today. Or, when I go up like, oh, yeah, just like, I hope I see him today. And then one day, like I had it, because I was feeling this way for like a couple of weeks. And one day I had to like fucking check myself. Like, what are you doing? Like, because I don't I feel like I'm pushing and I'm forcing things, like, yo, just chill and get in your cool girl mode. Like, when I be telling one of my kids, like, yo, don't just, go cool girl on them. Like, to me, cool girls, like, foot up on a locker, lean back, like, chill. I'm like, even if you gotta do that real quick, like, put your foot up on a wall or on the locker, just do that. And it'll get you in cool girl mode right now if you feel like you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? But, just bear with me, because I should have read this stuff like 3 days ago. So it's kind of hard for me to read it. What's this? Your heart does not desire. Also, don't do what your heart does not desire at this time. If your heart is in it, just don't do it unless it's something that you truly have to do to get to point A to get to point B. Something that makes sense. So also be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, don't get too comfortable. What am I saying? Yo, but I'm standing on what I'm saying right now, yo. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. In other words, don't get too comfortable with stagnancy, with the bare minimum. Like, when you deserve the world, so yeah, get comfortable with always like hustling in a good way, or always being willing to like learn new information, keeping your body healthy. And I'm not saying like you can't chill, whatever, but just don't get too comfortable with being complacent, you know? Yes, the underdog, that's what I wrote. 30 minutes. Oh, maybe you could also benefit from like quietness. Spending just 30 minutes in like complete silence. Maybe even when you do that, maybe you'll have a aha moment, like when you come out of it, or like through that moment or something, you know, like you'll get an answer or something. But I think you're someone who like you have to be like entertained constantly, and maybe you just deserve like 30 minutes of quiet, of just peace and quiet. And right now you're shining, even though if you don't feel like it, but right now people see you. People may not be coming up to you and telling you like how they feel about you and shit, but people see you. They definitely do. You're a star. So and probably like bit by bit you'll notice how people are noticing you. Becoming aware of your presence. Ships. Transition. Oh, that's what I meant by ships. Um, my bad about that. Moped. Transitioning. Yeah, you've answered the call. Uncomfortable, so you could be sitting still right now. Yeah, also like you could be in the energy of like sitting still, like not doing too much. Like honestly, I should be applying for jobs right now, but I'm kind of like, I'm gonna pick and choose which ones I'm gonna apply to, or I haven't like been in a rush to do it. But that complacency could be for a reason. You know, I just said don't get too comfortable with being complacent or whatever. But that type of complacent where like you're not like desperate for something, you know, yeah, maybe you need to do it, but you're not desperate for it. But you'll get it done eventually. Or if you did something, if you needed to do something, there's times when I'm, I was about to fucking act on something, about to go talk to someone about it, or about to go cuss somebody out, and that's not even what the story was, and I would have looked stupid going up to this person. Or if I or I just waited and then I got the answer for what I was looking for without me asking anyone. It just came to me. um what else? Yeah, so right now I think like we're in an energy of like Saturn going into Aries, and yeah, I think that just that's like a breakdown of starting anew. And if you notice, like on Earth or even in my life, I noticed there were breakdowns and then there was an epiphany. You know what I'm saying? People getting pulled up out of my life, and then I find new people after. Um, a breakup, huge breakup that rocked my life, but it caused me to awaken, to see a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? And that person didn't really need to be in my life anyways, because I had my whole rose colored glasses on the whole time. You know, you feel me? You could be, yeah, you could be at your highest. I don't, when I say highest vibration right now, you're at the highest you could vibrate right now, but you're gonna vibrate highest, but you could be at your highest vibration. Remember, random things aren't so random. Things are happening for a reason. Yeah, if you're in survival mode, stop working to survive. Unless it's like getting you food, or unless it's like, you know, for sure you want to be a doctor and you have to go through this many years of school until you can be a doctor. Like, you know, I've seen people so happy like that they never gave up on school. You know, like I've had many days crying, posting like they've cried many days or whatever. But, you know, at the end it was all worth it. Um Oh, butterflies and caterpillars. Yeah, see, like that breakdown energy that's starting anew. Because you know, how do butterflies? I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like caterpillars go through uncomfortable change when they go into a cocoon. And I remember one time I was hatching these well, they weren't caterpillars, these butterflies, but I was trying to release some of the butterflies, but there was this one butterfly that wasn't fully developed yet. It had its wings or whatever, but I tapped the cocoon. Is it a cocoon or a chrysalis? I tapped the chrysalis by accident, and it like awoken the butterfly from its slumber. And so the butterfly just wouldn't stop shaking, and like it was just squirming around in the chrysalis, and the chrysalis fell on the bottom of the container, and then it ended up busting open out of the chrysalis. And but when it came out the chrysalis, it couldn't fly. The wings were crumbled up like a crumbled piece of paper, and that butterfly had to die, you know. Maybe you should dig in if you do feel uncertain. Maybe you should calmly ask your higher self. Maybe you could go into meditation or something and ask yourself, what do I need to do? But you are not alone. The universe is helping you. So, yeah, since I wrote that shit down, I just wanted to get it out so I can move on to the next energy. This shaky part of your life is about to be coming to an end, and you may not see it because you're so used to toxicity. You're so used to things not going in your favor. But yeah, I think you're about to get a job. There's about to be blessings put in your life. It could be through you met the right person. Hey, then you got a job. Then you found a place. You found a girl or a man. Yeah, that's what's about to happen to you. I could bet on it. Peace.